In the world, B Marsh Boxing. I'm back at it with another boxing video. So, considering that a man like me, I could really talk about Tank Davis because I've really watched this guy from a long time. You know what I mean? When he had under 5 fights in his career, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about watching him on TV. I'm talking about seeing him fight live. Seen him fight at least 2, 3 times at the DC Armory between 2013 and the last time I seen Tank Davis fight live was on the undercard of Adrian Broner and Ashley Theophane. That was like April 1st. It was an April Fool's Day, maybe 2017 or something, at the DC Armory. That was the last time I seen Tank Davis fight live. And as a matter of fact, after that fight, he was on the undercard of Adrian Broner. His very next fight was a world title fight in his 16th professional fight against Jose Pedraza. You know what I mean? So I've watched this guy for a very long time. Have I seen much improvement for him? Really and truly, no. Gervonta Davis is in the same realm or the same spectrum as a guy like Kevin Durant in the NBA. Kevin Durant has 2 weak-ass championships, right? Of course, he went and tugged on the man Steph Curry's nuts, rode his bandwagon. Steph Curry was a champion already. KD came to join the champion and win two rings, you know what I mean? 2 weak-ass championships that a lot of people don't respect. And really and truly, Kevin Durant is going into, I believe this is his 16th or is it his 17th year. And 17 years in, we still do not know how good this guy is. We don't know how good Kevin Durant is. Has Kevin Durant done anything of significance in the NBA without Steph Curry as far as winning championships and stuff or going deep into the playoffs? Absolutely not. You know, we can take it back to, anyways, that's the same box Gervonta Tank Davis is in. You know what I mean? Lomachenko, a guy who has, what is his record? 17 wins, 3 losses, 20 career professional fights. But in 20 career professional fights, Lomachenko has a better resume without a shadow of a doubt. No questions about it. He has a better resume than Tank Davis. So the man, Lomachenko, you know, he had to let it be known. Them fellas came out and said this. You can see for yourself. Yes, indeed. Check it out right there, y'all. This is going from a Twitter page called Boxing Ruckus. The man Lomachenko said about Tank Davis, he's never fought quote, he's never fought top fighters. I didn't see Davis with good opposition at 135. I've never seen it. Lomachenko ain't lying. Lomachenko ain't salty. Come, let a Tank Davis fan come here and tell me anything about Lomachenko and Tank Davis, and all I gotta tell you is that I do know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, the man Tank Davis been ducking Lomachenko his whole career. I don't know why. I never understood why. You know, this guy could even probably beat Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Not by skills, never that, but by like with a big punch or something. You know what I'm saying? He got power in each hand. I would actually favor him versus Lomachenko. But this guy doesn't want to fight nobody but Isaac Cruz rematch or a Rolly Romero rematch. Guy has no world titles, you know what I mean? He's been holding a WBA Reggie belt for years. This guy has no ambition to me, you know what I mean? You know, look at a guy like Shakur Stevenson. He has all the ambition in the world. And you know, there's a black faction, a black section, a black sect, a black cult out here of now guys who are turning against Shakur Stevenson. And it's solely only the reason why it's because these particular black sections or channels on YouTube, black boxing YouTube channels, have a relationship with Bill Haney. You know what I mean? So when you have a relationship with Bill Haney, all objectivity will be out the window. Devin Haney's been on some hoe ass shit. I ain't never had a problem with the man Devin Haney, but he's been on some hoe ass shit lately. You know what I mean? Vacate all the fucking straps. You're not coming back to 135. I seen some lame ass YouTube channel out here. You know what I'm saying? And this is a channel who a lot of people follow. I think a lot of people believe Slim is on his gospel and things, you know what I mean? But these guys are big grown men who are really fanboys. They're not really fans of boxing because best believe when these guys used to be on them hangouts, when we used to talk boxing on them hangouts for hours, these guys really didn't have much to contribute as far as when we got to talking about real old school boxing. And I ain't talking about 1940s and 50s and shit like that, even though we could do that. But we could even go back to the 90s. You know, some guys are just fanboys of particular fighters. They're not fans of the sport. So there's a section out here who are really turning their back on the man Shakur Stevenson. Well, they never had his back to begin with, but they're now trying to make him look like he's a ducker and he's a bum and he doesn't deserve a fight with the man Devin Haney. Devin Haney doesn't deserve to come back to 135. I don't want to see him there again. Really and truly. It's quite clear. The man Lomachenko had the man Devin Haney rocking him around in that ring like a rag doll in 2 rounds. I had Devin Haney winning the fight or a draw. But how was that little white man from Ukraine beating this man, Devin Haney, a young buck, strong young buck, from pillar to post in them 2 rounds? That's why a lot of people believe Lomachenko won the fight, because those 2 rounds that he dominated Devin Haney in the 12-round duration throughout the fight had not one round where he dominated the man Lomachenko like that. I thought Devin Haney did a spectacular job with the body shots and all that. But my point is that the man was obviously weight drained. He can't make that weight no more. But why the fuck don't he leave the straps and vacate him and go to 140? Like I said, this nut-ass YouTube channel out here was talking about, oh, when Canoli went up there to fight Bivol, ain't nobody was telling him, hey man, vacate all your straps when you go fight Bivol for his WBA 175-pound strap. Oh, no, why weren't they putting pressure on Canoli? Shut the fuck up, man. You know damn well that Canoli was not done with 168. He ain't struggling to make weight. Canoli could possibly even make 160 still, comfortably, you know what I mean? That wasn't even a thought, or anybody had any inclination. Nobody thought that the man Canoli was gonna go up to 175 and be there for good and campaign against the better beefs and these type of guys. Stop the cap, man. These niggas don't know shit about boxing, really and truly, man. Started watching boxing 3 minutes ago. Now they're coming to make these kind of crazy analogies that don't fit. You know what I mean? It don't fit. You check it. So I have no problem with Shakur Stevenson wanting to fight the man Devin Haney. It's all about when a fighter wants to fight some people's favorite fighter, these guys, they start getting agitated and they get insecure because they feel this guy who's calling out their favorite fighter could possibly beat them. And they don't be keeping it real. So Lomachenko, like I said, his resume trumps the man Tank Davis. And like I said, you know, Lomachenko been wanting to fight the man Tank Davis from when Tank Davis got himself a 130-pound strap when they were both campaigning at the same division. Floyd Mayweather and his team said, nope, we're not doing nothing with Lomachenko. He could stay over there. We don't want no problems with him. We don't know parts of him. Tank Davis' resume is weak as fuck, y'all. Let's stop the cap, man. How is it here we are in 2023? This dude is 28, 29 years old. Guys like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney at 24 years old have achieved way more in boxing than the man Tank Davis has as a 10-year pro. How is that? But I'm a Tank hater? I'm a Tank hater? Nah, nigga, I'm a fucking truth teller, man. These boxers don't do shit for me, man. They don't do nothing for me. I'm not a fanboy, Slim. I got kids, man. I'm a fanboy of my kids. Look at fucking Errol Spence. Look at these channels like Black Fight Fan and stuff like that. This guy ain't been on YouTube. I never even listened to Slim, right? I just know he's a big Errol Spence fanboy. Every now and then I go to his channel. I just type in his channel to see if there's true boxing talk and all that. They still be running their shit, man. This nigga's on probably fucking suicide watch because of what happened to Errol Spence. That's what happens when you stick your neck out there for these boxers. That's what happens when you become a fanboy. You're going to get your heart broken to the point where, Slim keep a baldy, right? He keep a baldy like Mike. Shit, man. I bet you this guy right now probably gonna be out there looking like you ever seen that movie Tales from the Crypt? Remember the one dude, was he the kind of Undertaker or something? His real name is like Clarence somebody. I forgot his real name. The black dude, the one who was calling them little Muppets that was killing people, them little nigglets. Remember that dude? That's probably how Black Fight fan look right now. Hair all over the place. Basically looking like you see Marty McFly Back to the Future. Doc, Marty McFly's counterpart, Doc, how his hair was all over the place. That's probably how Black Fight fan looking right now because Slim ain't been on this YouTube shit ever since Errol Spence got his ass handed to him. And that's not the way to be as a grown man. Yeah, I mean, take your loss as a man, but you wasn't being, fellas, not just him. I mean, not just point him out. A lot of guys weren't being men and honorable men when it came down to the build-up of Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. And that's why these niggas probably can't even look themselves in the mirror, y'all. They can't even look in themselves in the mirror because all they see is disgust and defeat. You see, I like Wilder. Wilder got his ass handed to him in the second fight. It was a sad day for American heavyweight boxing because we've just lost a world champion in Wilder, and we probably ain't gonna be sniffing none of those heavyweight titles in America anytime soon. And it was sad for me because we going back to them dark days, when Shannon Briggs is fighting this Lykovic guy, and those dark days when America didn't have a heavyweight champion for a long time, man. And boxing is at its best when we do have an American heavyweight champion holding a strap here in America. And look, he has to be that dude to win it. Nothing against Usyk, nothing against Tyson Fury, except Tyson Fury being a bitch ass, not trying to fight the man Usyk. Well, I don't know why. But was I sad for Wilder? Look, Wilder just no, I wasn't because look at all the excuses he made. He wasn't on man time. I guess his fan base, which are like a cultist movement. See, I'm not on that type of time. I like Wilder, and anybody who know B March boxing, I've never really been a big believer in Wilder. You know, you could go back if I was probably on YouTube. Those videos for the Duhopper's fight and the fat Mexican guy who was a school teacher from Texas. What's his name? Eric, the guy who fought AJ. Yo, man, those fights were concerning, man, because Wilder was looking bad out there. Even though this video ain't about Wilder, there ain't really much to say. Lomachenko told the truth. Tank Davis, if you ain't look, all the straps are held at 135 by the man Devin Haney. If you ain't fighting Devin Haney, Tank Davis, you ain't got no strap. So what are you doing? But I wouldn't be surprised if Tank Davis now becomes a real 135-pound champion. If and when Devin Haney vacates all them straps at 135, because he can't make the weight, obviously, right? And I ain't got no problem with Devin Haney, but he's been on some whole ass shit the way he's been conducting business, you know? To the point where Slim got knocked with a burner in Los Angeles, you know what I mean? Let me tell you something about Devin Haney that I've realized. Devin Haney's a Muslim, you know what I'm saying? He be talking all that Muslim Allahu Akbar stuff, and, and that's great. Muslims, you know what I mean, are people who are really dedicated to their religion. More than probably most religions are, or practicing people. Well, let me not say most than in the world, because I've never really, been encountered or with Buddhists or Hindus. Like, I haven't really seen how they operate. Here, you see how Muslims operate and Christians, right? And Muslims, they're more dedicated to their faith. They don't be really backsliding and, what I'm saying, doing, Christians, they more pick and choose what they want from the word of God. If God say don't do this, but they want to do it, Christians the type who be like, they'll do it, you know what I'm saying? They pick and choose, In the Bible, if it say don't eat pork and all these type of things, or animals with webbed feet, like let's say a duck or something, or don't eat rodents, you know what I mean? Well, Christians, they don't adhere to that. They still eat their pork, and you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to tell. Even let me not even go there. I was about to go in this another realm, but you know, but for a guy who is Muslim like the man Devin Haney, you see that kind of stuff he be talking on Twitter, you know, calling the next brother the N word and shit. Now look, Devin Haney, I'm sorry, Shakur Stevenson is also talking crazy too. I don't like what both of these brothers are doing on social media. You know what I mean? All these swear words and cussing each other out. The man Shakur Stevenson said, "When I see your bitch ass pops, man, or you calling him calling Bill Haney a bitch ass pops. Like, that's not man time. That's not what brothers supposed to do. One thing about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they ain't get on that type of time. Somebody need to talk to both of these brothers, especially Bud. Talk to Shakur Stevenson. Like, it's not worth it. Leave that dude alone. He don't want to fight you, obviously. He want to go to 140 because he can't make weight. At 135, you got bigger and better things to do at 135, and that's to become a 3 different weight class champion by if you get that title eliminator versus Frank Martin. That's what he should focus on. That cussing, and like I said, Shakur Stevenson, though, is not out here talking about no Muslim and Allah Akbar thing, you know what I mean? But the man Devin Haney is, you know? Even wearing his kufi and even wearing them kind of Sunni Muslim outfits and all that. That's great, man. It's great to be a religious man and be on your deen. But you ain't been conducting yourself really and truly like a champion and as a man of God. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth about it, you know? And like I said, the Devin Haney, you know, his pops does a lot of rounds on YouTube, has cultivated relationships with some of these YouTube channels, right? So these channels are not going to go against Bill Haney. You know, some of these channels, they've never, this is more than likely their first time encountering themselves with some sort of celebrity. He's not an A-list, B-list, C-list, probably a Z-list celebrity, but he's a guy who has some kind of, as far as Bill Haney, he is somebody in the boxing game. The average person won't know him, but us here who know boxing know who he is. So like I said, Bill Haney makes his rounds. The YouTube channels ain't gonna that he goes to. They're not gonna give the man Shakur Stevenson a fair shake. They think he's a bitch ass nigga because the man Shakur Stevenson wants to fight Devin Haney. Could you believe that shit? They say he's clout chasing. I'm trying to tell you, man, this YouTube boxing shit, man. There's a lot of clowns who need to be smacked. I mean, just for the shit that come out their mouth, so they could slap some sense into them. Not to slap them just because they some lames. Nah, just slap them, smack some sense out of them, so they could wake up, man, stand up right. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Pull your shoulders up, stand up right, have a backbone in the spine, and don't be on this YouTube shit always on your belly. You know what I mean? Crawling like a caterpillar because these fellas got no spine. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Lomachenko ain't having it. I've been saying this shit. I don't have to hold my tongue for nobody. A lot of boxers, I guess, do. I guess to get in good grace with these fellas. I don't have to. Fucking Tank Davis' resume sucks. It sucks. How you in the same division with all these guys since 2016? Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Kambosos, Teofimo Lopez, all these guys in and around your weight class. You ain't fought one of them. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, by the age of 24, have accomplished way more than the man Tank Davis did. And then he's 28 years old now. It's got disappointing me, man. Very disappointing. Where was Tank Davis at this last summer? Probation violation. He was sitting in a Baltimore County jail. Baltimore City jail. Y'all could look up to that type of stuff. I think I'm a little too mature for this type of fuck shit. B Marsh Boxing, your thoughts and comments. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out of here. One.